Hello everybody and welcome back to Dana's Coloring Obsession. It is Monday. I hope you guys are all ready for your week and that you're doing good. This is another Monday mashup. I have lots of things, like normal, to do. So I'm going to start with some of the things that I picked up and some of the things that have finally arrived to me that I ordered a while ago. You can see some things here that we're working with later. So the first couple of things I was missing sets 16, 17, and 18 for the mini, stinking glare, the mini distress ink pads. So I got those. So I have the whole set now, I think. If it's up to 18, I don't know. If there is more, someone can tell me in the comments if you want. But yeah, these are those. So that's awesome. And I also, with that, got these on Amazon as well. These are the applicators that Tim Holt sells, I believe. I think I have to trim this. They didn't quite get this on here squarely, but I'm afraid to take it off because then the adhesive won't be as good on the bottom of it. So I think I'm just going to trim it there anyway. But this is an applicator, and you've probably, if you watch My Colorful Country Life or Shell's Coloring Journey, they both use these little dudes with the Velcro sponges that come on and off of these. And the reason why I decided to try them is I'm just looking for the thing that works best for me personally with the distressed inks. But also, one of the things I despise is cleaning up my brushes and stuff after I've used them, right? So this way, you can use a sponge and, and after you're done, you unvelcro it from the applicator and stick it in the bottom of your little mini distress ink, and it'll stay in there. And that way this sponge is designated for this color and I don't have to clean anything. Which I think is amazing. And it comes with 25 extra, 2 of the applicators like that, and then 25 more sponges. So there's tons in here. So there are, if you get sets 1 through 18 of the tiny, if you have the tiny ink pads, distress ink pads or distressed oxide or whatever, there are 72, so I'm gonna have to buy more of these, but I think this will get me started. And I don't think that getting extra sponges is that much money. So yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing with that. And then I got these. I got these. They are 12 colors of the acrylic marker sets from Artix that are the metallic colors. Now I got these because I was watching, this last weekend, I was watching Erica from Elm Colors, and she had purchased some other brand of metallic pens and these ones. And she had stated that these ones actually kept their color better when it dried, and it wasn't just like a silver at the end. So these are just the acrylic marker brush and their brush pens. They're all metallic, 12 colors. And I did swatch them here so you can see, and they do keep their color a lot better than any of my other ones that I have. So I was excited. I snagged these up right when Erica was showing us. So thank you, Erica, for enabling me. No, I'm very excited about having these in my little arsenal of acrylic paint pens. So got those. And I got some books, guys. Now these I ordered quite a while ago. It took quite a while for them to get here. I showed you the other one when it came, but I have Fabiana Attanasio's old fairy tale books. I got well, here, let's do one at a time. I already showed you that I got Snow White last week or the week before. But these guys hadn't come yet. I do have Peter Pan now, and it did not come with the poster inside, which is, I mean, worst case is fine. You know, I have the book, so I'm happy. But I think it, just like the other one, it comes with the story at the beginning and some little doodles and things that you could totally color before, you know, around the story. Sorry if you can hear any chirping or dogs barking or anything. I have the window cracked open right by this table because of what we're going to be doing in a little bit, and I'll tell you why, but I'm sorry if you can hear the outside noise. Big Ben. So it's the story of Peter Pan, and there are some of these kinds of things in here, but Nana, so cute. And I love the way she illustrates Tinkerbell in these books, and you'll see here in a second my favorite page in the book. Look at her. How sweet is she? I love the windblown fairy hair. I love it. And I see her wings just sparkles everywhere. Sparkles everywhere. I'm excited. And here Wendy is sewing on his shadow. But yeah, it's just a great book. Fun stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do with these kinds of pages. You know, where it's just their silhouettes and stuff. Like, how do you make that not a very boring page? Just lots of glitter. Maybe I can do glitter wisps in the black and whatnot. Anyways, I'll figure that out when that time comes. But yeah, great book. I love her characters. I don't know the backstory, and I think I said this when we were looking through Snow White, but there's Hook. Look at Hook. I wish they would reprint these, or if Fabiana could. I don't know if she doesn't own the rights or whatever. I don't know the ins and outs of the legal world of this kind of thing or anything, but I just feel like there are so many people out there that would get these, and they're in such high demand. And I only have 3 of them, and I don't remember how many there are in total, but these I think probably are the only ones that I'll be able to get. There's an Alice in Wonderland one that's like insanely hard to get. Oh, look at Tink. But I'm just happy that I managed to find a few that were reasonable in price, that I jumped on them and decided to get them, you know. But I'm just flipping quickly, you guys. So yeah, really happy to have this in my collection. So that's that one. And then I did get Wizard of Oz. So these are the 3 I have. Snow White with the poster, Peter Pan without the poster, and then Wizard of Oz with the poster. And all of them are, like I said, Fabiana Atanasio. And again, the story is at the beginning. And here's the farm. Sorry. But yeah, there's Toto. I guess this would be a collage page, huh? Maybe? Could do that. That would be fun, actually. That would be perfect. My wheels are spinning. But yeah, so the ruby slippers. Pizzazz those suckers up, huh? But yeah, like I said, I'm going to flip these pretty quickly because we have a few to get through, and then I want to do some coloring with you guys. Oh, they're so sweet. The puppies. I don't remember a rat queen. I don't remember this part of the story. There's Oz. I love that. Even Toto has glasses on. That's amazing. The Wicked Witch. The flying monkeys. When I was little, I was scared of the flying monkeys. Sorry, my phone's going off. Okay, sorry. Texting back and forth with my stepdaughter and my husband. Got some wallpapery pages, which sometimes are fun, honestly. I never used to like them at all, but I'm kind of changing my tune a little bit now that it's helpful for my neck to do those kinds of things with like gel pens or something easier. But yeah, oh, I love this page. That's so fun. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful books. Love them. Auntie M. And the poster. Now, I don't know if I opened the poster in the Snow White one. I don't think I did. They're huge. There's no way I can show you guys this whole thing on camera. It's just a big picture of Oz with Dorothy and all the characters and the witch and everybody. Here, I'll try. It's gotta be almost as big as I am. Like, seriously, this thing is massive. I'm not even joking. Ugh. Okay, so there's the Wicked Witch and Oz. I have to lean back. And then there's some of the characters. Can you see? I don't even know if you can see or not. And then Toto's down here at the bottom. There's some of it. There you go. But yeah, okay, let me try to figure out how it's supposed to be. All right, and then I got Nice Little Town 16. Tatiana Bogema-Stolova. Just very sweet. Her newer ones of these, her mice are so much cuter, and there's so many more characters and things in these, and not just so many just buildings. There are some that are, you know, still building-esque like this. Like, there's still a mouse, but he's very tiny. But it's just, there's a lot more character, I guess, more, I don't know. I just really like her older books in this series a lot better than her first ones. Her style of her illustrations and stuff have really developed in a positive way, in my opinion, and I just really think it's adorable, and I'm excited to have it. I wish these were on better paper. So, but yeah, I got this. And remember, anything I show you guys, if you want a full flip through, I will do that. You just let me know in the comments. And I got this because I saw it on my Colorful Country Life with Karen. She got this Colorist Bible. I think she got it from Junk Star Designs in the mail, so she was showing it off. I have been talking, and I've mentioned it several different times with you guys, that I need to know more about color theory, and I want to up my color game so that I can continue to improve. And I saw this on Karen's, by the way, disclaimer before we go through this, I just want you guys, not disclaimer, I just want you guys to know ahead of time that my Colorful Country Life's channel, if you've not been there, which I believe most of you probably are already subscribed to her, but she does amazing, and I've said this before, she does amazing color combinations, and she has a video on color theory as well. She's creating a website with all of her color combinations, with the ability to match different pencil sets with, say you only have Black Widows, and you know there's a color combination in Chroma Flows or Polychromos or something, and she can help you. She has this program that she matches. I don't fully understand how she does it because I haven't really looked into it much yet, but she has amazing color combinations in like 15 or more different pencil sets, like, and she's constantly adding more and more and more, and she's creating a website. Sorry, I'm jumping around. I'm not explaining this very well. She has a website that is going to go live soon. I don't know exactly when, but you need to check her channel out if you're really interested in help with color combinations with certain pencil sets and things like that. She rocks it, man. So go check her out. She's the one that's flipped this book, and I'm looking for things right now to help me with color theory specifically, and this seemed to be a very helpful tool, so I picked it up when she showed this on her channel. So yeah, it's called Colorist Bible, a color matching and tracking system by Junk Star Designs. And I'm just gonna really quickly show you just a little bit of this. It's by JC Azevedo. Let me show you. And which is also Junk Star Designs, I believe. But that's them. And so they also have other books, I think, that are on Amazon right now. But here is the table of contents. You have color value charts, color plans, color palettes, how to color match your art mediums, how to create your own swatch charts, and a notes section for you specifically. But it goes through obviously the color chart, and she does a big introduction, and it's got a lot of keywords and the definitions, and then she starts in with on the values, and goes through the color families. And all of this stuff I struggle with, and I don't know exactly why, and I'm probably overcomplicating it, which I usually do with everything in life. But this is hue saturation, and she goes through, I'm going to flip this pretty quickly, you guys, a whole bunch of, the temperature, and I don't fully understand a lot of this, you guys. And so I'm hoping to get back into this. Here's color plans, and it goes through, complementary and analogous, split, complementary, triad, tetrad, monochromatic. I mean, you name it, she goes through them all and she explains them. And like I said, Karen does have a video on that as well. And then, she goes through some of the color charts talking about the monochromatic, and these are all of the percentages from white to black, adding to the colors. And then she has, curated palettes for inspiration. So she's got some palette stuff that you can do and come up with to help you with monochromatic and all that kind of stuff. Again, and she breaks it down into the different sections there, and then create your own palettes. And then she has color matching systems, how to color match your mediums. And then comparison charts. So this is kind of what Karen does already on her website and things. And then it talks about the color wheel in the back here and creating your own swatch charts. I just thought that this would be a good thing for me personally. And here's the notes section. So yeah, this is on Amazon if you're interested. And then I saw on someone's finished pages, October finished pages, and I think it was Joe from Piggy Pens. I think. I watched so many finished pages the last day or so. I'm sorry, my brain. I knew I should have wrote it down, but I got this book because of them. Fantastic Worlds by Alessandra Fusi. Actually, I don't think it was Joe. Now, it could have been... Oh, you know, I'm so sorry. If you watch my video and you see this book and you recently on your October plans, or not plans, finished pages video said something about this book, please let me know in the comments. Let us all know that it was you. Because that means I was watching your video and I got this because of you. So this Alexandra Fusi is a illustrator that does also now the mythographic series. I didn't know that she had her own coloring books. I didn't know that she was part of a, you know, she did other things. And when I saw this, I was like, woo, now some of these are really detailed and scary to me, but I just thought they were amazing. And they're like, every single one is a double page spread, you guys, like, except for this intro page. I mean, it sort of is a double page, I guess. But look at these. Look how amazing these pages are. Like I said, some of it's really fine details that can be hard to like add shading and all that crazy stuff, but they were just so neat. And I really like the fantastical, you know, wizards and magic and fairies and all that. I really love that kind of stuff. So this was right up my alley with the elves and the castle and the magic everywhere. I just think it's awesome. It reminds me of childhood when magic was when things were still amazing. Does that make sense? You know, when things still were amazing. I don't know how else to say it. There's unicorns and dragons. And it's fairly good paper. But yeah, they're all double page spreads. And this may be like, if I see some of this is crazy, which you can only do with like fine liners or really sharp pencils. And you can't do much shading and things, you know, in something like that. But still, it's amazing. So many interesting and fantastical things in this book. secret door in the ivy. I loved this too. I thought this was a really neat page. It's so funny. I immediately think of like some of my favorite colorists on YouTube, how they would just make this page amazing. And I wish that I could do that, you know. So it's like with the light sources and the beautiful bottles and the glowiness that they could do. And I want to do that, you know. So it's like, here's a witch. And it's going to take me a while to do some of these pages, but I just really thought this was cool. Some really neat pages. He's got armor on. How did I not see that before? Anyways, sorry, this is going to take forever if I do that. Oh, but see, look at this elven intricate clothing. Crazy. Okay, we're going to go a little faster now. Just really, really neat. This one would have been awesome for Halloween. The cauldron and her hands and the bat and everything. The Birdman. I don't know what they're called. But yeah. There's even dwarves. Pretty crazy. An amazing book. I'm so excited. This might be something that I like chip away at a double page, you know, until it's done after months and months and just kind of keep it as a whip for, you know, as I'm working on it consistently or something. I don't know. But so that was one. And the last book I got because when I got that book, Fantastic Worlds from Alexandra Fusky, this one popped up as well for ones that people bought as well as that book, and it's called Magic Made Real. The illustrator is Maurizio Campadelli, I believe. And this one is amazing too. One thing was I was very disappointed in the paper. It is thin, really thin. So I can probably, oh, and it got a little damaged. I'm going to have to put some tape on it. Got a little damaged in the on its way to me, which is, I mean, I'm not going to send it back. I'll just tape that little tiny rip there. I'll be fine. But the paper itself, oh, it's so thin, you guys. I know for a fact I'm sure I can't use any mediums and maybe not even water-based markers. I could still use pastels, but this might just be an almost strictly pencil book, which is, it's fine. I just wish that it was better paper, but this is the same kind of thing, double pages. But it's mixed with like today's day and age. Now, like, look, this is a regular boat that you would see nowadays, you know, but then underneath the water is these mermaids and magical creatures and stuff. So there's a little bit of realism with the magical, if that makes sense, in these pages. Not all of them, but a lot of them all of a sudden have like, I'll show you what I mean. You'll see. But it's got some really neat pages in it. Again, just the paper. Ah, but these dragons are super cool. I don't know. I guess they're all crushing on this girl, but it almost looks like they're looking at her feet. Foot fetish. I'm sorry. Anyways, wow. See, look at the detail here. That woof. But it's cool. The paper, ah, I wish it was thicker so bad. I thought that was cool too. I love this page a lot. I think they're adorable. These little sprite guys jumping around on the mushrooms, and here's a big snail. Love this page. He's like in a cave mouth, the mouth of a cave, and he's looking at these dragon eggs that are hatching, like, ooh, but he doesn't know someone's right behind him. I love this page. Like, Mama's like, who are you and what are you doing by my babies? Really cool images. Oh, see here, look, like it's a little girl coming home from school with her backpack and everything and her kitty, and she's giving this dragon a big hug. I thought that was so cool. I like this page too. She's like in awe because she sees these fairies and there's magical fairy dust all around them. So cool. Just pretty cool, pretty darn cool. Yeah, there are a couple pages in here that are a little bit creepy, on the creepy side. For like Halloween, and would work for Halloween and stuff. But yeah. So that's all the books and stuff I got. I know I need to I need to slow down. Oh, okay. So this is something I wanted to bring up for you guys. Last Monday mashup, I did talk about the color cubes. I was not able to get a refund, or not a refund, I'm sorry, like a discount on the 4 color cubes. And so I was talking to my husband. We had a long conversation about it, and, you know, broke down how often I use them and what the value is and all of that stuff. And he talked me into getting them. So don't come at me. Those cards are something I use all the time. And I guess the FOMO got me. I'm not sure, but I really wanted the full new set. So he bought them for me. And I'm very grateful that we are able to do that. And I understand that they're expensive and it is a bummer. I understand, like I said, I understand both sides of the fence on this topic. But yeah, so I just wanted to get that out there so you guys know that I did end up getting them, and they're on their way. So there's that. Okay, and I have a whip that I'm working on in Little Folk by Christine Karen. This is a page I'm working on for Jordy's hashtag, Jordy Colors. This is the Frog Prince, which is the fairy tale that she is doing for her Color the Fairy Tales NOV 2025. And I just based everything with alcohol marker, and I'm going in with polychromos. I've done the frog's body. I haven't done his cloak thingy yet or anything. And I started on the background in some pencil too. I haven't done any pencil work on her yet, or the flowers or anything else. That's just based in Ohuhu and Arctic's Oros pastels. And I did go in with some super golden marker on the 2 crowns and the ball here. And then this shiny bits in the flowers are the shiny Lingao gel pens. And then this border is also the green super golden marker. So I just have basically my pencil work left, and then obviously I gotta, with some Posca, or I don't know what I'm going to use, but I'm going to outline the sheer sleeves and ruffles of her dress, and possibly use like a white Prisma to do like a frosted effect, possibly on the sheer fabric. I haven't quite decided how I'm going to pull that off, and I was considering her pearl earring and her pearls on her wrist here. I was considering doing I have some of that pearl accents stuff that I don't use very often, that dries thickly, that makes it look like it's a pearl on the page. But I'm worried about coloring the page in front of it, and if it's gonna affect that. Anyway, I can just make sure that it's flat as I can get it, I guess. I don't know, I haven't decided quite yet on that, but this is a work in progress here for Jordy's hashtag. And this crazy line where I've got the grass is gonna be fixed. I'm gonna go over it with, like, I'm gonna do some longer pieces of grass or something with pencil and or possibly some acrylic paint pen there to kind of make the transition not so abrupt. So yeah, I'm excited about working on that. It's pencil work, so little bits at a time for me at the moment, but that shouldn't take too terribly long. And this is just a scratch piece of paper. I accidentally printed it huge. This was for last month's hashtag for Erica from Elm Colors, one of her palettes, a different Halloween 25 hashtag that she did. I accidentally printed it full page. I did not mean to do that, but anyway, so I'm using it as a piece of scratch paper at the moment for things. So yeah, but what I want to do now is color with you guys. How on earth, what am I doing here? All right. So I've got Goblins in the Hollow here by Denise Klett. And I wanted to show you and then also do with you a background. This, I know it's not the best transition here because it's my first time using them, but it is the oil pastels using Gamsol. It worked. I used a really cheap paintbrushes because I don't know what the best application of that would be. It's going to be paintbrushes, but I think I need to have a softer bristle paintbrush would help me. It's a learning curve, but I'm only going to get better with it, I think. But I have found my version of using oil pastels, and I am super excited about it, you guys. I'm super excited about it. So I did this with 2 different colors, obviously, and I did already put some PBO Studio acrylic gel on it for to fix it a little bit so that it wouldn't rub off on me, which I maybe shouldn't have done that yet, because I think I could have still gone in and made that even better, that transition there. But I used quite a bit of Gamsol, and just so you guys can see, it is still a little bit, you can still see a little bit through there, but it's drying still completely. And so any page behind it should be fine. You still need to be careful though if you are using double-sided pages, because I don't know all the ins and outs of this yet, and how, if anything goes through. Now, I did notice something that happened when I used the Gamsol initially. I did get quite a bit right here in the crease, and on a page that we're working on today, it did bleed through a little bit, like if we were to use watercolors. So be careful. You don't need a lot of Gamsol anyways on your brush. One person in the comments in the last mashup did state that she puts it in one of those water brushes, mainly to cut down on the fumes. Now, if you read your Gamsol or odorless mineral spirits of any kind, it does warn on fumes. That's why my window's open. I didn't say that before, but you should be aware. And hopefully you're reading the bottles of those kinds of things that you're using anyways. But just to let you know that you do need to have a very ventilated area that you're working with them in, because there are fumes that are not good for you, or can be not good for you, you know. So, but yeah, so we are doing this. Let me get my scratch paper here. And I've picked out 4 different colors from my Mungo 72 set that I've showed you before. Right here. And they are, let's see, whoop, I'm going to drop them all. Scarlet, vermilion, I think that says vermilion, hold on. Yeah, vermilion, flame red, and then orange. So we're going to have like this is going to be like a sunsetty thing around what is going to be the sun, not the moon. So this is, I'm going to probably do gold watercolor is my thought process on the sun. So that'll be fun. I don't know. But I'm going to just start in by, here's my Gamsol, and I use this. I like to use, hold on. Trying not to make a mess here. I have a little bit of a bigger flat edge brush and a smaller brush here. They're stained, they're clean. And they're very cheap, which is maybe not the best in anyway. And they're not as soft as maybe I think they should be. So I might buy some softer bristled brushes and maybe that'll be better. I don't know. I have to trial and error it as to how I want to do this the best way possible. But I put a teensy tiny bit of Gamsol in here and it kind of sits in this little area here. And then this is raised on in my little container here, and that works out perfect for me because I just dab it here and some of the excess Gamsol comes off. And you will get oil pastel on the brush itself, so I ended up using it like a watercolor thing where I would just do this on the raised part and some of the oil pastel would come off and re-saturate my brush with the Gamsol, and I would have pigment on my brush again or still, and that would help it go a lot longer into like the little areas and such. So I'm using this and that's why. It works really well, or at least it did for me. Okay, so first I'm gonna pour some Gamsol in here. I'm gonna get a paper towel just so I have it, and then so I can maybe wipe off my brush if I need to. And then also in case I dribble on the side of the bottle when I'm pouring it. But remember, if you're using this, you need to have a window open or something. I didn't put this in a water brush like was suggested for me to do because the only ones that I have available that I'm willing to use Gamsol in were the cheaper version that it lets the liquid out by itself. I want to use, if I'm going to do that in a water brush, I want a push button water brush for this so that I have control of when the Gamsol comes out, if that makes sense. And I don't want too much to come out. So for now, I'm going to use this, and maybe I'll buy some different water brushes for the Gamsol. But I am going to pour this over here away from the coloring book. and you don't need very much at all. Like, at all. And shut that up. Okay. So I don't know if you can see, but there is just probably half a teaspoon in there. Maybe a teaspoon. But that's all I have in there. And I'm going to start coloring here. Now this is not going to be, you know, professional grade stuff, you guys. You know me. And so it is what it is. But I'm going to start with our lightest color. It's going to go around the edge of the sun. And what I was noticing with the Gamsol, with the oil pastels, is you can manipulate it and manipulate it and manipulate it by putting just a little more Gamsol on or a little more pigment. Oops, that's fine. So, like, I am sure that down the road, my pages with that I'm using this on will look better and better as I get used to using this medium with the Gamsol and everything. So okay. All right, so there's that, and then the next color. Okay, and the vermilion. And then we're gonna go with the scarlet for the rest. Okay, that's good enough. All right, so now, here we go. I think I might just use the little one. Yeah, and I'm gonna start at lightest and then go out to darkest. So I've got my Gamsol here. Wish me luck. Gonna dab it off on the middle of my little thing here and go to town. And you can see it's kind of stops to spread when you need more. So I will be getting more on my brush. But see how I have the pigment now in the center there? And that will help me get into the spots that I need to get into. Okay, now I don't need too much down here. I'm going to probably use some acrylic paint to have shoots of grass or something, so I don't need it too much there. But yeah. Okay, so I want my brush to be sort of clean a little bit. So yeah, things are going good. I have my doctor's appointment with the neurosurgeon on Thursday. Woo! I'm so excited. Have never been so excited in my life to go to the doctor. Things are well here, going well here. Nothing really exciting happening. Halloween went fine. We didn't get very many, like 2 trick-or-treaters maybe. So apparently our neighborhood's not a busy one for Halloween, which is fine. But it is what it is, you know. And because of how I have been and stuff, we didn't really dress up the house too much at all for Halloween, so it didn't necessarily look the most inviting, you know, to come trick-or-treating to. So maybe that was part of the problem too. But there's next year. Maybe if we dress up our house and put a sign out and say, "Come get candy here," with neon lights. The littles will come a running for some candy. Okay, I did get some oil pastel on my mushroom, but that's fine. So I'm excited about this, you guys. Look at it. Look at this. Look at it. So exciting. What is this guy? He's like a frog dragon or something. Her little pet dude here. Very fun. This goblin book is too fun. My favorites of Denise Collette's art have to be this one and the bird book, which are her latest 2 that she's come out with. I have the mermaids. I know that one's not very easy to get a hold of anymore. I don't have the fairies, but I didn't really want them. They're adorable, but they're just, the detail is crazy on, you know, it's just, they're tiny, 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 and it just kind of made me like, I don't really want it. I don't think so. But I have the gnomes one as well, which I like. I just need to color in them more. Need to show her more love, which we are doing right now, right? Because now I have 2 pages that I need to do in her books. So we don't have any major plans or anything until the end of the month. We have Thanksgiving. The end of the month. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not 100% sure yet, but I think we're having Thanksgiving here at my new house, which will be fun, I hope. Since a lot of our kiddos, my sister has 3 boys and I have 1. They're all older now, which makes it hard, you know, harder to get everybody together. So hopefully, I'm not sure how plans are going to work, but I'm hoping that everything works out, that we get to see as many of them as possible. Now remember, if you're not going to fix it right away, you can let it dry and go back with your crayon, your oil pastel, and put more pigment in places, and then come back with your Gamsol and touch things up, you know. What I am going to do is try to clean this a little bit, and then go back and with a little more touch-ups there. And like I said, you guys, I'm still new to this, so my blending and my application of this medium is going to change, and hopefully, you know, for the better. So you guys, you know, will probably do a much better job with yours. But if you've been looking for something other than your finger, or the applicators that you've been using with your oil pastels are just not the ones that you would really want to use, or you have trouble with them, this is definitely something you should try if you're interested. Because I am excited about it. For sure. Super excited about this. Okay, so just keep playing with it. You know, the transitional better way. I think there's probably a better way to clean off your brush though than I'm doing. Or you should clean it off more than I'm doing. And if you put more Gamsol on your brush, you can just blend that sucker right in. So yeah, something like that. Now, I don't know how it looks on screen, and it's a little muddled to me. I'm gonna let it dry and maybe go in and fix some things. But yeah, that's basically how things are gonna go with this for me, and I will continue to improve, I think, with that. But that is going to wrap up our mashup, you guys. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Does our little channel some good, and we would love to have you stick around. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video.